Hi, good afternoon. We are here today at the UN Ocean Conference in Lisbon, Portugal, with Monterey Bay Aquarium Executive Director Julie Packard. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Happy to be with you.
Happy to have you. Can you tell us why it's so important to be here in person today?
It is so exciting to be here with all the ocean supporters and government high-level folks, and I think we've lost a lot just communicating digitally for these last couple of years, and I just feel a lot of energy. Healthy ocean and healthy climate is it's a global effort.
What are the issues that you really want to highlight in your work this week? What is important to the aquarium?
The Monterey Bay Aquarium has been doing a lot of work for over 20 years now on sustainable seafood. And this is such an important issue. It links to the whole goal to having a healthy living ocean to sustain the future of people. And of course, the ocean's such an important role in mitigating continued harmful global climate change. And that's why it's exciting. The theme of this conference is ocean and climate. People are finally putting together the fact that, the ocean's a huge driver in the global climate system and is really our best defense. A healthy ocean is our best defense against continued march of damaging global climate change. That healthy ocean, one of the most important things we can do is change how we're doing fishing and aquaculture, so we're doing it in a way that is not harming ocean ecosystems. We have a long way to go, but we know how to do it. And so in terms of the goal for a future with healthy oceans, it's something we've just made tremendous progress on. So the aquarium created a program called Seafood Watch many years ago to basically establish sustainability ratings for all the seafood coming into the U.S. market. And we've made a huge amount of progress. We've rated now the majority of fisheries that are coming in to that market, and of course they're sold all over the world. And the idea is now this whole program is really incentivize businesses to, retailers to make a commitment to source only sustainable seafood. Over something like 85% of the big retailers in the U.S. have made a time-bound commitment to selling only sustainable seafood, which is just great. And now we have distributors and producers doing that work. And this is a global effort. Aquaculture has a huge opportunity to be a solution to food security. And with all the change in climate and global unrest happening, as we speak, focusing our attention on food security for the world's people is got to rise up in priority. One of the things we've really been focusing on during these past couple of years is adding a social sustainability aspect to our ratings, because there are a lot of practices that aren't very equitable or fair or safe for the people working in these enterprises around the world. We have child labor and forced labor in terms of wild caught fishing. All the processing, the catching of the fish, the aquaculture and the processing has the opportunity to be a really important source of livelihood for people around the world. And I'm really excited that the team is working to establish standards whereby buyers can know if the equity and justice aspect of what they're buying is up to where it should be. The way that's measured is things like, does the country that is producing the seafood, does it have good labor laws, and importantly, are they enforced? We need to be focusing on resilient communities as the goal, and the ocean's really resilient. I mean, if we lay off all of our damaging practices, it can recover, but really, the only way people will be able to, support that goal is if they have healthy, thriving communities. So we need to turn our attention to that part of the picture.
And speaking of communities, can you tell us a little bit more about what you think you see the role of the aquarium community in ocean conservation?
Well, we've been really excited at Monterey Bay Aquarium to help found a consortium of U.S. aquariums. There are, I believe, 22 now, or probably more than 22, that have gathered together to work on conservation issues of common interest, like sustainable seafood, like ocean plastic pollution, single-use plastic, especially in our waterways, and climate action. And so this group is really a powerful group because it's nonpartisan, and there are aquariums around the U.S. in all of our states. They're all rallied around these areas of common interest around conservation. And so what we do together is advocate about conservation topics and then invite and mobilize our visitors and members to weigh in on opportunities. For example, to designate marine protected areas in our waters around North America, or to enact laws around single-use plastic.
And it's exciting to see an aquarium, especially in your work around the area with Latino communities there, how in-depth and invested you are in making sure that that's an equitable outreach effort that we've seen throughout the years.
Monterey Bay Aquarium is kind of unique in that the whole idea behind it was to showcase the amazing diversity of ocean life right there in Monterey Bay, and to use that really as a kind of as a case study and an area where we could really work on demonstrating effective stewardship and effective care for the ocean environment and our communities. We've always been a leader in the U.S., as a state when it comes to environmental policy, and it's been really exciting to take that leadership offshore, out to the ocean. So that's what's happening now. We have the only, fully integrated network of marine protected areas that span our entire coast. Nowhere else in the U.S. is that happening. We're working at all levels, locally and in our state to demonstrate and showcase what can be achieved, and then working at the national and global level, taking into account the U.S.'s huge influence on the environment around the planet, and how our policies can move all of that to a more sustainable place.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here.